3, 2, 1.
My name's Noah, it's summer, I'ma show you. Stronger than I was a year ago, now we grown up. Not talking time when I miss you seasons. Every chunk of bar drop, leaves them fiending. School breaks here, younger form, gotta show up. Bars ain't now, unlock the bars blown up. Mind my business, really got a business. Give you the business, every word stamp witness. Testify my truth, you snitches. Mindset like a lion, move strong, fierce, vicious. Dividends reaches, home run, out the park pitches. Spin the block, reach base dizzy. Young tornado get busy, forecasting over my city. Ocean pride, head up, never no pity.
Matthew on the track. Yeah. 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 Before Matt here, summer breaks near. Calling from bronze to my diamond tier. Hip hop soon. Isn't that clear? This dedicated to my 3 peers. Playing with my sound. Come around. In my town. Today's going down. Time to get the crown. Rapping when I'm young. Refresh when I come. Before Matt here, summer breaks near. Climbing from bronze to my diamond tier. Hip hop scene. Isn't that clear? This is dedicated to my peers. Hitting my sound, everyone come around. In my town, today it's going down. Time to get the crown, for everyone young. Words press tongue, bars I felt, got wrong. Coming from my brain to maintain the main from the rap, the cap, the slap, tippity tap, tap. Give you the hat to match the match. It's fire, desire, ain't a liar.
Oh my God. Yo, man, once you tighten that, I'm telling you, keep working at that. When you tighten that ending, that's gonna be fire.
Represent your squad and go hard. Go hard. Represent your squad and go hard.
Name is Noah, I go hard. Do my sit-ups, push-ups every day and rep God. Need to not be informed, it's so odd. Steady, get my work in, do my job. Stay fresh mentally and physically, no slob. Got the swag to make your head bob. I'm Matthew, do what I have to. Young, informed, standing tall. Like statue, against showers or a mop. We go hard every day before we play. Focus confidence, move forward, no matter consequence. We'll never seen kids like this. Spread positivity, any negative attempts we ignore. Don't get this, too intelligent to be dismissed. Never heard nothing like this. Passing both hip hop back and forth with no miss. Bring haters into the abyss. Yep. Brain move fast like Sonic. Spitting heat is in my bionics. Stand my ground just like I am Onyx. I am strong, you know you can't stop this. Swift, just like I'm Cassius. Like Hulk, this beat I straight smash this. Over here, we don't dull in sadness. Positivity is a strong magnet. Flick out negativity like Netflix. Pay attention, make sure you get this. Treat this like a text I message. Like Rocky Balboa, I'm aggressive. Put life in a strong lens perspective. That's the end for today's rhyme session. Never stop, faith is my pension. Slice this up like a Corey Kenshin. Confidence sweet, just like dessert. All parts of Young Form Network. Always watch your back and stay alert. Paint strong pictures, good framework. Check your assignments, no late work. Educating kids is my main perk. Stay away from trouble, it always lurks. Vigilant through the pain, even when it hurts. Careful of actions you can't reverse. Thought I was gone, I'm really amazed. Stay with my pen up, competition race. Right through a middle school phase. Catch a student body when they test my grade. Cause he is first, never praise the devil, that's the worst. On the honor roll, my grace immersed. Got so many talents, so diverse. Confidence sweet, just like dessert. All parts of Young Form Network. Always watch your back and stay alert. Paint strong pictures, good framework. Check your assignments, no late work. Educating kids is my main perk. Stay away from trouble, it always lurks. Vigilant through the pain, even when it hurts. Careful of actions you can't reverse. Thought I was gone, I'm really amazed. Stay with my pen up, competition race. Right through a middle school phase. Catch a student body when they test my grade.
Rising up, straight to the top. Have the guts, got the glory. With the distance now, I'm not gonna stop. Just a man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor starts his prey in the night. and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger.
All right, everybody. So we are here for a very special episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. This is episode 118. I want to tell you we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, CertifiedNationEntertainment.com. We are also on the Tattoo Shop Radio, Cuzzo FM, Culture Shock Radio, and Waptor Music FM. I want to introduce two incredible young kings here to Let's Get Activated podcast. They are young entrepreneurs, creators, artists, educators, lyricists, and everything in between. Please welcome Noah and Matthew of Young Informed Media, LLC.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. How are you young gentlemen doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm doing good too.
Me too. This is just, a high honor. I'm here with a smile on my face. This is just going to be a wonderful episode for sure.
Yeah, I'm sitting here smiling on my face too. I'm cheesing. I can't. Super excited.
I'm activated for this podcast.
See, you got it. Definitely, that's a perfect word for tonight. I want to say, we started off with some amazing, videos of you guys. And I heard that you guys do that editing on your own too.
Yeah, we do. We put it into CapCut and we chef up the video ourselves.
Yeah.
Wow. And you got some bar work going on too. Now you guys doing the writing too on that?
Yeah, we do our own writing. Actually, speaking of music, we do our own writing. We have been writing rhymes since we were young, way before we found out about Instagram and all that stuff. But then for me, I liked to produce beats when I was younger. So I used to, at first I used GarageBand, but then my dad showed me FL Studio. And I actually have to get back to doing that more. I have to get back to making beats more because it's a fun activity for me.
Yeah, definitely. You got to get into that. You might have some artists be like, hey, we need some beats, from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, I do love instruments and making, but I also like boomboxing. It's like...
That's wonderful. And we were kind of talking behind the scenes, but let the crowd know how old you guys are, first of all.
So my name is Noah and I am 13 years old.
My name is Matthew and I am 12 years old.
Yes. So see, they told their ages because let's set the record straight. Yes, they are brothers, but they are not twins.
Yes, we are not twins.
We are not twins.
Way too many people on the street have called us twins. We are not twins.
Yes. We definitely had to set that straight, and, you guys are doing, like I was saying in the introduction, so many incredible things. We got Young Informed Media here. So how did that begin? What was the beginnings of that?
So, the beginnings of Young Informed Media, it really roots back to when Matthew and I were in elementary school. So when we were in elementary school, every February, every Black History Month, our grandmother would present to our schools what she did with Rosa Parks, because our grandmother had done personal business with Rosa Parks, and not just business, they were like close. They were like family to each other. So every Black History Month, our grandmother would come and teach the kids what schools weren't teaching kids about Rosa Parks. So Matthew and I, since that was our grandmother, we would help her with the presentation. But in the beginning of COVID, when the pandemic began, we decided, since we couldn't go and do it in person, that we would host a Zoom meeting and ask her questions about Rosa Parks and present that to the school. So after we finished that sort of interview, that's how when we saw the result, we were amazed. We were like, whoa, we could really do something with this. And so that's how Young and Informed began, and it really rooted from our first interview, which created our Conversations with podcast.
Wow. Well, it's a wonderful, it's a wonderful podcast. I got to tell you guys, you guys got to go to YouTube. You'll find, Young Informed Media LLC, Conversations with Noah and Matthew. Let me tell you, you guys do incredible interview work. You do your research on the people, you give them their time to speak. You guys do greater interviews than I've seen some adults do.
Well, we really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No, you're so welcome. I've even had the honor of being interviewed by you guys myself, and I just felt so comfortable the whole time. I loved it.
Yeah, amazing interviews. Matthew and I, like when we do our research, we really want to make sure that when we research our guests, that we get their stories out and that we ask the most important questions so that they can really express themselves.
Yes, you do. And, I was, been tapping in with you guys. I've seen some past videos when it was like Noah and Matthew on the scene. You're actually going out to community events, interviewing people, like Eric Adams going around the neighborhoods. What was that like? Was that kind of a part of that, Young and Informed?
Yes. So basically, that is what we call on the scene, where we go into our community and see what's up. So as you're talking about the Eric Adams episode, what I felt like, it was amazing talking to him in person, seeing him with all those other people at the field. And it's basically an amazing experience to meet with the mayor.
And, adding on to what Matthew said, our On the Scene series, we've done lots of community work. That's what Young and Informed is also about, because even though Young and Informed was created by our podcast, we started branching out and seeing what we could do to make an impact, a positive impact on our community. And so community outreach was a topic that came up when Matthew and I were thinking about what we could do with this company. So on the scenes, we thought about what we could do in our communities that would have a positive impact. And our uncle, he's the nation's hip hop principal, and our uncle, he had ties with Mayor Eric Adams, and the Mayor Eric Adams was actually having, he was, what do you call it, he was running for the mayor at the time. It was
right.
In 2021, April 21, I remember. And at the time, this is so funny, because at the time when he was running to be the mayor, I remember interviewing him, and in the back of my head, while I was interviewing him, I was like, it would be so crazy if he ends up actually winning and becoming the mayor in the future, where we are now.
Yep.
So, I got to interview him while he was running, and we actually have a good relationship with Mayor Eric Adams, because we had him walk through our community and support, small Black businesses in our community. And yeah, he's done many things. We've also, in a part of On the Scenes, we've done Stop the Hate rallies, and we've met many amazing people on the way. But yeah, that's also a really major part of Young and Informed.
Wow. I have so much high respect, for you gentlemen, because I remember, being that age, and, I didn't have that confidence at the time, back then, just to speak out and go out and interview people and inspire people. Like, you're literally inspiring, all of these adults. It makes an adult feel good when you have someone of a, younger generation coming out like, hey, I support you. I want to know about you. And you're so involved in your community.
Thank you. And actually, when you just now mentioned, when you were younger, you didn't have a lot of confidence to do what we do. But, when we first started Young and Informed, I wasn't, growing up, I was a little, introverted. I was a little shy. And, I did do things like talent shows in my school and things of that nature. But Young and Informed really helped me, feel confident in myself, and, doing things like this, like public speaking. I was a part of the debate team in 6th grade before they shut that down because of COVID. things like Young and Informed and the debate team, it really helped me build my confidence and do the things that Matthew and I do today.
And for me, I used to, before Young and Informed, I used to stutter a lot when I speak. And Young and Informed helped me because on top of the school presentations, talent shows, and many other things within school and other things outside of Young and Informed helped me because our guests, like when we interview them, I got to see how they impact our company and basically how important it is for our business. And it just made a spark inside of me that it's really important for Young and Informed, and I was just better at speaking. So yeah, it did take a bunch of practice. You know, practice takes perfect, you know?
Practice.
Wow. I wouldn't have known. So that practice really, really worked. And, I'm glad you kind of brought up too, like the public speaking, because I know you guys have done kind of classes online, about, public speaking in public, debating and preparation, which is wonderful to even, teach other kids to give them that confidence and tips.
Yeah. Public speaking is also, when I teach kids how to become confident and young and informed, one of my most major points is you have to work on your speaking, because when you convey messages to other people, you're not going to persuade them, and your message isn't going to get across if you don't have a certain cadence and confidence. And our dad, when I first got into the debate team, my dad, he taught me about the tap method. So every time you speak, you tap twice before another sentence and then continue. So it's like a nice flow.
Wow. I didn't even know about the tap method. So I'm learning something new on Activated. Wow. I love that method. I love it. And even when you were bringing about like the pandemic, I was watching your YouTubes and stuff. You guys were doing a lot in the pandemic, like just still working, still just kind of going out there, doing your thing. Like, how did you feel like when the pandemic first hit? What was that feeling like?
Well, when the pandemic first hit in 2020. And I remember we started Young and Informed in 2021. So in that time span from 2020 to 2021, we did a lot of adjusting, but we had a set schedule before, online learning and all that stuff came about in like a week or two after the pandemic really, really hit. We set a schedule. And before the pandemic, especially in the summer, we would set schedules for ourselves to keep us productive throughout the day. So we didn't just spend the whole summer wasting away and not keeping our brain active. Because, sometimes what happens in the summer is, like, if you don't keep your brain active and you take that whole 3-month break in the summer without, learning new things, doing productive things, working out, then by the time it's time to get back to work, your brain, it would take a while for you to adjust. So during the pandemic, when we created our schedule, it would consist of things like, searching up social studies facts about African American, because the thing our dad made us do is he would make us every day, even before the pandemic, search up about whatever, like, let's say we learned about an ancient Egypt person in social studies during school, then he would want us to search up an African American, monumental figure that did similar things and invented new things. So we implemented that during the pandemic, and we really just tried to adjust. And then when Young and Informed came about, that really helped us a lot stay active during the pandemic, and helped us stay busy as well, staying home all the time.
Right, because I know that had to be, that was tough on a lot of, youth. They're used to being with their friends, 5 days a week at school and that routine. So then being like at home all the time, it's like, okay, what do we do? Wow. I gotta, I definitely gotta give much respect to your father, Talk Fear Blake, because he's definitely has done a phenomenal job, and your whole family, the whole DNA. You have a phenomenal DNA of family. Everybody's doing something great. There's a lot of history there. Do
Yeah.
you do you do you think with all of that and just having all of those values instilled, do you think that kind of helped you be like where you are today?
Um. Well. Can you repeat that question real quick?
Oh, sure. So just with the your family and your DNA and all the great values, instilled in you by all these phenomenal family members that you have, did that help you become, the young men that you are today?
Oh yes, definitely. That helped a lot because our grandmother, as Noah said on the first question you asked us, was really close to Rosa Parks, and basically that kind of connected to how Young Informed came about and how it helped us with the qualities we have now. And especially our dad, he helps us every day with speaking, with being strong overall, mentally and physically.
Right.
And we do karate like in the clips that were presented before. We stay productive, work out, and eat healthy foods, and we also share that on our segments. So yeah.
And
Yes.
moving on to a little bit of what Matthew said, um, our whole bloodline is filled with amazing people. Like our mother, she was on the front lines during, the most um, tumultuous parts of the quarantine, like the most, tough parts of the quarantine. She still is a nurse. She was doing amazing things during quarantine, still doing amazing things now. Our uncles, aunts, grandmothers, grandfathers, our parents, we come from a really, really good example. We come from many good examples. So, it really helped us um, shape into the young men we are today. And, some people aren't as fortunate to have, that really, really positive bloodline. So that's another reason why Matthew and I do what we do, to give kids an advantage. If they weren't born with the advantage, help them build the advantage before it's too late. And it's never too late, but it's always important to start while you're young, because we are the future and the future is now.
Yep.
Hey, perfect answer. And that's why I know you guys say kids empowering kids, but I want to upgrade that to kids empowering people, because it's not only kids, you're empowering adults. I must say I've sat in some Zooms, with you, young gentlemen on, being the youngest, part of the Hip Hop Alliance. You sat with legendary people, and some people would be skittish, like, oh my God, I'm talking to, such and such. But you guys just carried yourself with so much grace. I mean, more mature than like a lot of adults. There was no, oh, I do this, I do that. You guys were definitely young and informed, and you guys definitely were concerned with the issues, about the community, which I highly respect. I sat back just like, wow, I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What is it like for you as far as a community? What would you like to see more done about, building our communities, making it more positive?
Well, what I would like to see done, making to make our communities more positive, is more people, because our community is a positive community, and we make sure that our community is a positive community. And the way we do that, and the way other communities have to do that, is by asking questions and making change. Because if you see that something's wrong in your community, or something in your community is causing problems, then just sitting by and complaining like, oh, I wish so and so would fix it, or oh, I wish so and so would do something about it, or why don't they notice us? You have to go out and express and communicate. If you're not getting any answers, then you have to ask if the answers aren't being laid out for you, you have to ask the questions. Nobody's going to read your mind. And the mayor of a city, the mayor of a state, the president of a borough, they're not going to see everything that's going on. So you have to make some things aware to their attention. You have to ask questions and communicate to make sure that your community is in its best shape, and also participate in community events, propose community events. Like, our dad would tell us stories about how his dad, our grandfather, would, on some days wake the neighbors up and have them help clean the block. If the block was dirty, then they would sweep the block and make sure that it was in nice shape. So, things like that to make sure your community stays nice and intact.
And adding on to what Noah said, basically, you have to be a leader, because what I think is that your community shouldn't be one leader and the rest of the people follow. It should be all leaders. Everybody takes part in whatever community events or whatever you do to help out your community. And I think there should be equality in any community.
Wow, I love it. Great answer. Like I said, I'm inspired. I was looking at you guys. I said, I need to be outside more. That was my thing. I said, I need to get outside more myself, and just kind of join in, because it's just a wonderful, beautiful thing that you guys are doing.
Thank you very much.
No, you're so welcome. And then, with just balancing everything else, being active in the community, the bar work, obviously school, the education, the shows. I mean, everything you're doing, like, how do you balance all of that?
Well, balancing all of that, when we first got into Young and Informed, balancing all of, schoolwork, bar work, all, business work, all of that stuff, all of that work, and then managing time for breaks, it was tough at first, because when we first started, we weren't too good with managing all that and having, healthy break time, healthy work time. But, we asked our dad for help, we communicated, and as time went on, we got better and better. And now, we have a set schedule from which time we'll do business work. And since school is in session, of course, we schedule our business work more towards the weekends or school days we have off, so that we can focus on our schoolwork and get good grades. So, like, the model that we do to manage schoolwork and business work mainly is, if we have more school, we take more of a break from business work. So more school, less business. And if, school we're in a break, or, summer, things like that, then more business, less schoolwork. That's how we manage it.
Wow, phenomenal time management. I really like that you're putting, education, in school first. That's really important. And I also find you, I find you a role model to fellow, classmates and things like that as well. And I do want to say, with your bars, I just love it that you're not trying to, go with certain trends. You're just being yourself. There's literally no cursing in any of your bars. So I love that. So, I mean, how do you guys handle peer pressure?
Well, when we handle peer pressure, mainly for me, I just stay calm. I feel like staying calm is the key to handling peer pressure, because if you act out, then it's going to be bad for your reputation. And second, it's going to be bad for your mental health. And people are going to think of you as, when he gets under pressure, he starts to break and fall apart, So basically, staying calm is the key when you're under pressure.
And, the way I handle peer pressure, in the beginning of the school year, because in 6th grade, I was working from home. I was remote. 7th grade, I was homeschooled. And now 8th grade this year, I'm finally back, like, in the school building. So first adjusting to school, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty tough to, avoid the peer pressure and bad decisions. But, with some guidance from my father and other family members, I was really able to, avoid the peer pressure, avoid the negativity, because, of course, there were some problems that arose this year, but I was able to, overcome them. And how I handled it is, I did things for myself. if I felt as if it wasn't right, and because I know right from wrong, if I felt that it wasn't right, if I felt that I knew it would put me in a bad position, then I wouldn't do it. And I would make sure that every decision that I made was the smartest decision for the future. Because, some kids in school, they only think about the present and, they only think about, oh, I'm going to do this now because it's fun. And, to be in the present is nice. Like, you shouldn't think too far in the future. Like, where am I going to be and what am I going to do in 20 years from now? But also have to make sure that you keep in mind, how will this decision now affect my future? So that's what I did to overcome the peer pressure this year and in general.
Wow, great answer, great answer. And another thing I kind of want to touch on, because it's heavy, within the youth. There's unfortunately, huge issue with bullying still going on in the schools, on top of racism, bullying kind of tying into it, racism. My own child has dealt with some of those little things. But what is your take on that? How do you handle it, or how is a way that people can get together and try to put a stop to things like that?
Well, the way I handle bullying, racism, things like that is I don't think too much of it, because I can't let other people's words really affect me. Now, obviously it's not pleasant to be called something insensitive or cruel, but I just power through it, because after all, someone's words isn't going to affect me in the long term. If someone says, "Oh, Noah, you're weird looking," anything like that, it's not going to affect me in the long term. I'm going to be okay. It's not like, it's in, you have to know that people's opinions are people's opinions. Not everyone in the world is gonna like you. And if you try to make everyone in the world like you, then you're not gonna like yourself. You have to be yourself and just be you and just be positive.
Wow. What about for you?
And my take on this is that basically what Noah said, just don't think too much of it and stay calm. Do not let your emotions control you, because words are just words, verbal words, they don't, if you get called something that's mean or rude or offensive to you, it's not the end of the world. You still have the future ahead of you. And yeah, basically, if you get called things, then it doesn't really matter, because their opinion, you are you, so it doesn't matter to you. So.
Right.
Wow. Incredible answer. That, like I said earlier, kids empowering people, because that wasn't just an answer for kids. That was for, adults too. People really needed to hear that one.
Yeah.
I can tell you there's nothing weird or anything about you guys. You guys are just, great, phenomenal people. I know you're kids, but you're people. You know what I'm saying? You're great. You're great human beings. I love you guys. You already know that.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
No. So, we're going to lighten the mood a little bit. We're going to, I kind of created just for you guys kind of a cute segment, called, Activated Q&A. This is just going to ask you guys just kind of like 10 common questions. So I don't know, like back in the day, if like they had the magazines and they had the young celebrities and they would have like, questions on what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that. So I'm going to kind of do that with you guys too.
Okay.
So first question number 1, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. See, I'm not much of a picky eater, but there are some foods I despise, like olives. Like this guy loves olives so much, but like every time, like if my mom puts one olive in my rice, I'm like, well, here, Matthew, you can take my olive. But my favorite food, not my least favorite, my favorite food would probably be something like basic, like pizza, maybe. Something basic. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Chipotle bowls. I know it's not specific food, but the Chipotle bowls are amazing. They're so good.
Mm-hmm, they are. What about you, Matthew?
My favorite food gotta be quesadillas.
Oh yeah.
Noah's like, oh yeah.
No.
Great.
I know my brother Noah. He doesn't like really salty foods, I guess, because he doesn't like olives.
What are
He
you
doesn't.
talking?
Also, you don't like vanilla ice cream. Well, that's not.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You stick to your favorite.
Okay.
food.
Anyway, I'm getting off topic. All right. So basically, it is because the texture of the chicken, the chicken yeah, is amazing. Layered with a nice charred tortilla
Oh,
with some cheese.
now you're making me hungry.
I know, right?
some sour cream with tomatoes.
Mm. So you're gonna have me ordering some food and everything now. I feel like we're on the Food Network now. Oh, I love it. Okay, so for question number 2, what's your favorite sport?
Basketball. Well, basketball and baseball.
You gotta choose one.
Well,
Well, you might have 2. Who knows? Yeah.
they're both tied for first place, basketball and baseball, because baseball I started when I was really young. My dad introduced me to it, and I remember like sometimes I'll be watching TV with Matthew, and then I'll be like, "Oh, a baseball game's on right now."
Yeah.
He'd on the bed, and he would be like, "No, nobody wants to watch a baseball game." But I would turn off Nickelodeon and I would turn on the baseball game. He would be so upset. And I did all that just for the Mets to lose. They lose way too much. I'm sorry, Mets, but it was not worth watching their games.
Man, it wasn't it, huh?
And go ahead, Matthew.
So if he has 2 sports, I'll have 2. My tied sports for number 1, gotta be dodgeball,
Hmm.
and basketball.
Oh, nice.
Now, everybody knows basketball, classic favorite sport. It's evenly balanced. It's really entertaining to play and watch games, especially in person, because it ended a couple of months ago, but our people used to have their basketball team. They switched over to baseball now, I believe, but they used to have their basketball team.
Watch it.
They used to have their basketball team, and it would be so entertaining to literally sit there like 2 inches away from the whole game. So yeah.
Wow.
But for dodgeball,
That's a classic.
now we're probably gonna have this interview for like 2 hours. Dodgeball is an amazing sport. It's underrated. The only place that I know of that you can really watch dodgeball, like professional dodgeball games, are on YouTube
Mhm.
and other normal website streaming platforms.
I mean, main dodgeball is just like, in PE. I don't think there's professional dodgeball.
well, no, I've searched it up before on YouTube.
Oh.
It's a serious sport, okay? Basically, what I like about dodgeball is you literally dodge balls and you hit people with them. And I am very good at dodging. Like,
Mhm.
if somebody throws a ball at me, I'll go like this, and I dodge it by like 2 centimeters. And I'm better at dodging it than Noah. Not to brag,
Okay,
but I'm
bro.
better at dodging.
Yeah, I'm better at catching them. Like anytime someone throws at me, I'm
Mhm.
really catching it.
Yeah,
And if I'm not catching it, then I'll dodge it. But
he's not as good at dodging as me. Don't try to.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow. I was good at dodging, like, in elementary school when we did it, but throwing, nope. I couldn't do it.
I'm good at throwing stuff, but like dodgeballs, I kind of overcalculate it. I'm like, okay, if I throw it here, they're gonna jump and dodge it. If I throw it here, they're gonna catch it. So I throw it like wild.
Yeah,
horrible.
it's especially hard with the rules. I don't know if you know, but basically, if you catch the ball, then the person who threw it is out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to calculate your throw.
So that's why you didn't like baseball.
Dodge the ball. Oh, Thomas got you. Mr. Molly got you. Oh, love it. All right. So on to question number 3. What is your favorite movie?
Ooh, okay.
That's a tough one.
Let me go first. So basically, my favorite movie. Can I do my top 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
So number 3, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Jurassic Park. All the Jurassic Park movies are golden, but The Lost World really sticks out to me. if you haven't seen it, go get your TV on and watch it. I'm not going to do any spoilers for these movies. Number 2.
Wait, before you continue, is that the original one? Like the old ones or the new one?
The new one.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, goodness.
The old ones are way better than the new
No,
ones.
but that
I don't
doesn't
even-
mean the new ones are bad.
They're not bad, but I don't know. I just don't see out of all the Jurassic Parks and other Jurassic, because the old series was not called Jurassic Park. It was called Jurassic something.
It's Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World is way better than like out of all the Jurassics you could choose, you had to choose a Jurassic Park movie. I'm disappointed in you. Continue.
I can't even.
Continue.
Okay, number 2. The new Jumanji that came out like 3 years ago. That one. You remember that one? I think we
Yeah.
saw it in the theater. But yeah, that one was amazing. I like that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was in there. And Kevin Hart was in there too, I believe.
Yeah.
And other movie stars. And the story is so entertaining, and it fits in with the theme and setting of the movie. And number one,
Please
I don't
make it
care.
horrible.
I don't care what Noah thinks. So, number 1, he's waiting for this one. Space Jam 2.
Oh my goodness. His expression.
No. Oh, no way you actually just said that to me. No way you actually just said that. You had Avengers Endgame. You had all the Marvel.
Yep.
You
That
had,
game was great.
you had the Maze Runner. You had Divergent. You had.
No,
Oh my
Divergent was.
Lord. I mean, it was good. Oh, don't talk to me. I'm gonna tell you my top 3.
But
Okay.
this is gonna be so invalid. Watch this, bro.
Okay. I mean, wait. I'm now looking at this comment. The original Space Jam was.
Oh no,
But
that's gonna
Space
be.
Jam 2.
Mm-hmm.
Space Jam 2 was not. It cannot be a top 1 for anyone's.
I mean,
list.
wait. Hear me out. Hear me
No,
out.
I'm not-
Wait. Both Space Jams are good, but the first one I fell asleep like halfway, and the second one I
Oh,
watched like 5 times over.
Okay,
Mhm.
my top 3.
okay.
My top 3. So this is gonna be tough because I've seen a lot of good movies. Do documentaries count?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay. No,
I
you
like
gotta
them too.
this one.
Oh,
You're gonna
okay.
agree.
Hear you out.
Number
Hear you out.
3, we recently watched this. What was it called? It was called that one the show about the gorillas in the forest. I don't know why you're laughing. It was
Gorilla Empire or something like that.
Ape Empire,
No.
something like that.
It's the Gorilla Empire on Netflix.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever it was called, it's definitely in my top 3 because it was so cool. It's on Netflix. It's like something Empire. It's about like these tribes of gorillas, and it's like an actual acted out movie. Like it feels like a movie. Like they're actors. It's like really. It's hard to explain. It's way too
Chimp
good.
Empire. That
Chimp
was
Empire.
Chimp
yeah.
Empire. Okay, there
All
we
caps too.
go. Yeah.
Number 2. This one's gonna be a movie. This is hard because I've seen movies like Die Hard. I've seen movies like that. Like this is gonna be a hard one.
Mhm.
Let me think. Oh, I have to put a comedy movie in there. I'm sorry, but Coming to America was so funny.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It was
Coming
way
to
too
America.
funny.
Mom was all over
It
that.
was
She was
way
like, "What's
too
Coming to
funny.
America?"
And then at my number 1, I'm torn between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame because those were so good.
I think.
But if I had to choose, I would choose Infinity War because that's when all the characters were really in like their best shape in terms of Marvel. Because remember in Endgame, Thor was fat and weak.
Oh yeah.
So
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil alert, but when.
oh well,
Oh yeah.
you might spoil it, even though it's been like a good 3 years.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're safe. Yep. I think you're safe to spoil now.
But
Wow.
yeah, those are my top 3.
Yep.
Awesome. So now question number 4. So this is kind of, I kind of left it a little bit open. Favorite songs.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay.
No, I have to.
No, I
I
want
have
to
to go first.
Rock,
I
paper,
have to
scissors.
go first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You
No,
went-
you didn't.
You went
You
late.
didn't.
You went
No.
late. You went late.
Rock, paper, scissors, and shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, favorite songs. I'm gonna do top 3.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Okay, so number 3 gotta go to.
Oh, Hobbit series. I forgot about that. You forgot about that too. Just just
The
listen.
Hobbit series wasn't even that
We're
good.
just arguing. Just
Okay.
listen.
All right, so top 3 favorite songs. Number 3,
Oh my goodness.
It was Mama said not.
Oh, Mama said knock.
Mama said not.
I do not know the title of that.
I forgot the artist. What is it?
LL
Rock the Bells.
Cool J.
LL Cool J. Why is it?
Rock the Bells is not an artist. Are you?
I
okay?
know, but I was.
Are you okay?
Number two. Maybe Run DMC.
Oh yes, I approve.
It was the one with the Christmas song actually. The Run DMC Christmas song.
That's funny because remember that
Christmas in Hollis. Yep. Mhm.
2019, it was like it was me, you, and Dad dancing to it.
Oh yeah,
That's funny.
but number 1 gotta go to Slick Rick Bedtime Story.
Oh, he loves this song. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was actually watching it like 50 times over on repeat yesterday.
Wait, actually,
Wow.
we first heard that in the pandemic. Remember, like April of 2020, like when we used to.
We had
listen
our
to music every time we had dinner.
Yeah, we had a playlist that we would have different hip hop songs and other songs on our playlist that we would listen to while eating dinner.
Yeah. So now my top 3. This is going to be a really interesting batch.
Mhm.
So, starting at number 3 has to be a Run DMC song. Run DMC. Any Run DMC song is in my top 3.
Mhm.
But I think the one that I love the most, I forgot. No.
Of course,
You know what? Let's just say at number 3, any Run DMC song. You could put any Run DMC song, and I'm gonna be singing the lyrics.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my
Just think
gosh.
like Rock This Way.
No.
Or the one with the one with the
yeah,
the
the one
guitar.
with no.
the
Any Run DMC song.
You do not remember one that
No, I don't remember the one that was my favorite, but
give me like the melody to it.
You know what? I'm just gonna say my next 2.
Please.
So number 2, I'm gonna have a Nas song. That was your favorite, not my favorite, but your favorite.
But my Adidas is a good one. But what you're saying, number 2?
Number 2, a Nas song. I would say it can't be I Rule the World. It's a really good song.
Mhm.
And I know I can, a really good song. But my favorite, New York State of Mind.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Great choice.
Oh my goodness. That actually should be my number 1, but too late. My number 1 would be this is a tough one. Let me think of all the artists I know.
Yeah, think of all the artists. I'll take.
Because even we could even pick from the artists that we've interviewed before.
Oh yeah.
True.
Um
And that's a lot, by the way, everybody. They've interviewed a lot of artists. So if you guys want interviews, you get on Young and Informed too. Throwing that out there.
Let me think. My number 1 would probably be a song by Biggie Smalls, or you know what? I would actually have to look at our playlist because I think it's in our playlist. Too late to do that now. It would take way too much time. But off the top of my head, any song by Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
Hey, I'll take that.
I mean, not any song, just particular songs. Some particular songs that I don't remember the names of.
Wow. Well, that's great choices all around, though. You guys know your hip hop culture. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's all great choices. Great job on that. So then question number 5, what's your favorite book?
Oh, favorite book. I'm gonna go first on this. So my favorite. So I'm gonna go through.
One. Because this guy loves books. So if he goes on a list of books, even if he says top 3, he'll start listing his top 20. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so basically, my favorite book. You know what I mean? List my favorite book overall first. Okay, my favorite book overall I've ever read in my life. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
That was the worst book in the Harry Potter series.
No, the fourth one was the worst. It was really like
you're right.
Like 1,000 pages of pure nonsense.
The fourth one was not the. It wasn't the best.
Yeah,
but Sorcerer's Stone, isn't that the second?
No, that's the first. The second one was the one with the red birds. But
the first one was like, it was a slow start. I love the Harry Potter series. I finished it like twice over in 4th grade, but it's like, actually, Harry Potter books are my favorite. But I have to say, my favorite book out of the Harry Potter series, since we're on that, I can't spoil this because you're not on it yet. But I'll just say, the 7th book. Okay. I'll say the 5th to the 7th book, those 3 books, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, were amazing.
I mean, I think the 5th is all right. It's not really. Wait, is the 5th the what?
Talk to the head, buddy. No, but my favorite book overall.
And he's 2 and I don't. That's great.
No. Now, my favorite book overall would be a book by my grandmother. Any one of those books.
Wow.
Author as well. So any book by my grandmother, I can't choose because she actually published her 3rd book recently. So we're gonna read that during the summer, but obviously it's gonna be amazing. But any book by my grandmother is definitely my favorite.
Out of the books I've read from our grandmother, I think Speak to the Mountain is my favorite one.
I can't choose because they all have amazing storytelling.
Wow, I've got to read those, because I know your grandmother is an accomplished published author, so yes.
Yeah. The new book is Love Lifted Me from Sharecropping to Harvard. That's the name of her new book.
I've got to read that. I think, your father was telling me about it on the podcast when he was on. So I still got to, read that. I'm excited to, read and just, read part, her story,
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Yeah. So question number 6, favorite color?
Red, blue. I feel like blue is way too overrated. Like everyone I know likes blue. It's way too general now. Like it's like the normal. Oh, what's your favorite color? Blue. Like no, it's red. Red is way too underrated and overhated actually.
No, red is way overrated. Red is everywhere right now.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I'm talking about blue has everything. Where's all the shades of.
Where's that red hat we have? It's somewhere. It's
but blue has like so many shades, so many varieties of color that you could use.
And your logo is blue.
Look at the background. Our logo is amazing.
Blue. It's so good. See,
look at it.
Yeah,
no. But listen to me when I speak.
Yes.
Blue is good, and look at these shades of blue. It's amazing. I love our logo. But imagine that in shades of red. Like everyone watching now, the whole audience, just imagine our logo in shades of red. Blue and red. Imagine our sweaters in some shades of red. Now that actually is bad.
So basically,
okay, I take that back.
Yeah, take that back
our
immediately.
Logo in red, not that much, but like sweaters in red. Hear me out.
Yeah, but it's a great logo though. I like. Well, my favorite color is blue, but I do love that logo. By the way, I do love that logo. That is an amazing logo. So I think blue it is for now. Anyway.
Yeah, tiebreaker, 2 against 1. Take that.
Tiebreaker.
I love it. So number 7, favorite school subject.
Math. Ooh, I gotta think about that one. Science.
I thought it was reading. Oh wait, no. It is science. It's always been science.
Yeah, it's been science.
Ooh, someone said purple. I just caught my eye.
Purple is
no. Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Okay, we're talking about our favorite subject right now. Okay, okay, but I like science because science is basically like why are you looking at me? Science is basically a big subject of creativity because of so many units that you could cover. Right now, I'm learning about rock transformations, like metamorphic rock, igneous rock, and sedimentary rock. And
I learned that last year.
And actually, when I was outside in the backyard, I was looking at the rocks in our garden, and I saw some igneous rocks. And I saw, I did. And I saw a sedimentary rock.
I didn't even know that. I like math. You can't. Some parts of science requires math, so you might as well just like math. Like it's inevitable.
Okay.
Like it's inevitable.
Okay, hold on.
Wait until you get
on.
into Regent's living environment next year. My goodness, it's gonna be a lot of math.
Every person who favorites math that I've ever spoken to always says, this requires math, so therefore you should.
The accent.
You see.
What's factor x squared plus 7x plus 6? See?
You got me. You see, my subject was English. I'll be honest with you. Math wasn't mine. I made it. I got through. But that's about it. I love it. We have people laughing in the comments. They're enjoying this. All right, so on to question number 8. What is your favorite place to be?
Favorite place to be.
While you're thinking about that, I gotta say Florida. Florida is like a second home to us that we haven't been to in a long time. Just think about it. All our amazing trips were in Florida. Sure, we've been to New Jersey a few times and Tropicana was cool, but Florida was amazing. So good.
I'll probably agree with you on that because I don't really have anything to top that. I feel like Florida is my favorite place to be.
We did go on that cruise and we did find many amazing places.
I forgot those places what we did there.
Belize.
Oh,
what did we do? Remember those hats? Oh wait, no, that was Cozumel where we got those hats.
Oh yeah, we went to Cozumel and got those.
Those are
nice
actually
hats.
The hats that we wear sometimes when we do our conversations with podcasts.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to get out more. You guys talk about Belize and everything like that. I need to it's like I need to travel. So question number 9, favorite hobbies.
Favorite hobbies? I'm gonna go first.
Oh my goodness.
My favorite hobbies. Top 10 favorite hobbies. Starting up at number 10. Playing with my brother. Number 9.
Oh my goodness.
Annoying my brother. Number 8.
Yeah.
Joking with my brother.
Yeah.
Number 7. Going outside. In general. And number 6. I probably shouldn't have done a top 10 list. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna just do top 3 like actual hobbies.
Okay.
So, number 3. Engineering. I don't know how to put this. Like, basically, I just play with like Legos or just any material I see, just like make something out of it.
Oh, like arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. Arts and crafts. Number 2. Number 2, probably.
Why is it taking you this long?
I don't know. Because I know what my number 1 is, but I don't know what my number 2 is.
He's activated. That's why he's feeling the activated vibes. That's why.
Number 2, probably playing Roblox with my brother. and sometimes my friends. And number one, drawing. Drawing is probably the best thing that was created, or best thing ever. But you know what I mean. Drawing is just an explosive burst of creativity for anybody. And I actually make comic books. I make these comic books about my imagination is insane when you're about to hear this. I make comic books about a panda and his friends who have superpowers and have to fight against this evil dragon to save to save the panda race. So basically, yeah.
Notice they didn't mention that. No.
Oh no. No.
It's all the time.
Can we pause and talk about what our dad just said that for a second?
Yes.
Notice they didn't mention that. Okay, so we have to be a little bit careful with our words because we don't want to end this interview and then he comes down and tickles the living heck out of us. But I'm better than him in this game in Roblox called Broken Bones. Better than him in the maze. Better than him in that's pretty much it. But you know, I'm sure there's plenty of games out there that I'll destroy him in.
I heard the thump. Is that Mr. P coming down?
That was a joke.
It's actually April Fool's Day. Let me look at my watch.
But seriously, our dad is not good at playing games. Shush. Basically, when we were playing the maze, so basically the maze is a scary game when you're in a dark maze with only a flashlight and a camera, and there are these tunnels throughout the maze where the monsters can't even get you, and he hid in the tunnels. And he didn't have no flashlight. He was like, "Oh my goodness, guys! Look, I've been surviving longer than you guys."
Okay, guys, my top 3 favorite hobbies, and Dad Matthew was just joking. That's how he jokes around. It's actually opposite day. Please.
It
was just a joke, guys.
We were just joshing.
Yeah, no one told me to say that.
What?
That's another.
Run it back. Everyone,
run back.
Like you can rewind. That was all him. But anyway, my top 3 hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't consider this a hobby. I would consider it a skill. But at number 3, no, that's not number 3. I'll save that for later. At number 3 would probably be coding. I love coding. I've been coding since I was like 10, 11.
Wow.
I'm able to craft websites. Not anything major. Like I'm not at like the, mental capacity to program a website like StreamYard, but I can, code some simple stuff. And then at number 2, this isn't a hobby, more of a skill, but karate.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 would be piano. And then number 1.1. Number 1.1 would be playing video games. Yeah, those are nice hobbies.
Yeah, those are nice hobbies, to take the edge off, and even if you beat your dad, like, Dad, don't turn into the Incredible Hulk on here, okay? They good, they activated,
My ribs.
Right.
Do not tickle my ribs.
All right, we'll protect you guys at all costs.
He'll be with us in spirit. There's nothing stopping him.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. And then question number 10 for the activated Q&A. Where's your dream place to travel?
I'm gonna go first.
No, you've gone first for the past 3
Do not care. Well, I think
this guy.
My dream place to travel to. Well, I'm gonna do my top 4 because Noah did
3. I did 1.1.
He did 1.1, which is technically 4.
I mean 3.1. Huh? Continue.
Okay, but he did 4 total. That's right, chat. He did 4 total, so I get to do 4 total. So number 4.
Oh my lord.
We've been here already, but I'd like to travel again to Florida. Number 2. Number 2? I'm at number 3. Number 3. Italy.
Ooh.
Number 2.
That's random.
France, and number 1, Japan.
That is random. I've never heard him mention those. I mean, you do you, whatever floats your boat. But my 5.
No.
Since this is the last Activate Q&A
Bro.
question, I have to get more than you.
No, he's doing 4.
Okay,
That's
4,
it, bro.
4.
4.
So, number 4, Florida. Number 3, let me think. I have to think about this one. So, let me think of all the places. Oh, I don't know the name of the place, but like sometimes my dad is so random. Like sometimes he'll be watching Instagram Reels and then he'll be like, Noah, I know a place. And then he'll show me some beautiful garden somewhere. I've never heard of in my entire life. It would be something so random. And he'll be like, in the summer, we're going to travel there. And I'll be like, wow, I've never heard of this place in my entire life. But it's so beautiful. I don't know how he'd be finding those things. It's so random. But there was this one place where it was really nice. It was I don't know how to describe it, but it was like this place where it was like an island. It was an island. I'm sure he'll know what I'm talking about. It was some place he found on Instagram Reels. Like, I don't know how he finds it, but he finds it. And then number 2, Japan, like he said. And then number 1, let me think. Because, there are things to do in this country, but it would be cool to go to a different continent.
Yeah.
Like, let me think. South America, there's some countries that are cool, but I don't know if it would be my dream place. Australia is just Australia. It's one country. Australia, but they have way too many bugs. Like there was this one reel I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone casually found this gigantic spider in their bathroom. Like they were like, okay, I gotta use the bathroom. They turned on the light and this gigantic spider was on their mirror, and they're like, oh, all right, I gotta get out of my house now. Like they were so casual about it. And the spider covered the whole mirror. The mirror was about yay long, yay wide. Like,
I don't do spiders either. Nope.
He said Mykonos, Greece. That's the place I don't see. He even remembers the name. That's crazy. But yeah, that's my place.
Awesome. Great dream places, for sure. Most definitely. So, definitely we got to kind of see, you two interact, as brothers, which kind of leads me to the next question. Like, I know you guys do practically everything together. You run this business together. So how do you guys handle, every now and then siblings, they have the disagreements. So how do you guys handle that?
We spar. Yeah, we spar. So basically, part of our karate training, we spar. Like we do, we get our gear on, and if sometimes we don't have our gear, we just do it lightly. But we mainly get our gear on, and then we do like,
get it all out.
Yeah, we just get it all out, get some blows to the chest, a little kick.
We'll have chest gear on.
Yes,
well, you said that already.
I said that. A little blow to the chest, a little front kick, roundhouse kick,
Yeah, nothing too slight, 360 spin kick, nothing
Maybe
too much. But if we're not in sparring mode, then I'm just smacking him. If he especially if we're on the car ride back home and he's in the back seat nagging me flicking my neck or something like that, I say, okay, let's see what happens when we get inside. And then I tackle him and then I start tickling him on the floor.
And what's so disappointing for me about that is that our dad is literally still in the car when we go inside, so there's nothing to help me when he slaps me around.
And if our mom is asleep, there's nobody helping him.
Yeah,
nobody helping him.
Sometimes we slapping each other around. Because one time we actually had a big we were literally tickling each other so much
for a half hour.
Rolling around everywhere, tickling each other on on the most normal disagreement ever. And Our mom saw it, like, oh no, too rough.
Yeah. That was very momish of her.
Yeah.
But it's healthy though, rivalry, but I still love, aside from that, I definitely see, the love between you two, and
Yeah.
you guys are brothers and you're working together, so you definitely do have a very strong, family tie, which is wonderful to see.
Yeah. I love
Definitely.
Matthew a lot.
Yep.
Definitely wonderful to see. And so, kind of a final, deep question, to ask you guys, So, I want to ask you, like 10 years from now, where do you see Young and Informed and everything you're doing, just goals, where do you see yourselves in 10 years with this?
Well, I think 10 years from now into the future, I think we'll have more, because we're going to be older. I'll be 22 and he'll be around 23 years old.
Oh my God.
And yeah, basically we could, what I think will happen in 10 years to Young and Informed is that we probably have more kids show up and
Right.
do basically what we did and what we're doing now, since it's kids empowering kids, youth
Kids
empowering
empowering
youth.
people.
Yep,
Yeah.
empowering people.
Mhm.
So, it'll still be young and informed when we grow older. So yeah.
And I agree with what Matthew said. We're going to hire younger kids as we, move on, grow older, to carry the torch, do the same things we did. And, many exciting things, I'm sure many exciting things will happen 10 years from now. We're going to take it step by step. And, that's where I see Young and Informed 10 years from now. But for my personal self, where I see myself 10 years from now, since I'm going to be 23, and by that time, using math, I'll definitely be out of high school and be in college. Because, if I take an advanced course, I'm going to be in college. I'll probably get into sports, do major things like, learn how to be a lawyer, a doctor, go to schools like that, or I could get into sports. But, I just see myself making sure that I stay, as bright as I am now in 10 years.
Wow. Wonderful answers. Definitely wonderful answers. And you guys, I gotta ask, before you guys go too, I know you guys got some great things, coming up. I seen the reel I was tagged in with, Juneteenth. By the way, you guys are welcome to tag me in anything. I'll always support, share and all that good stuff. But what do you guys have going on, for the rest of this year?
So next thing on our agenda for the summer, next big thing for the summer, we're going to partner up with Gil Rios for some.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. For some big projects. That's all I'm gonna say.
Big
Okay.
projects.
Okay.
So, stay tuned for the summer. Keep following Young Informed Media LLC on Instagram, Young Informed Media Podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah.
And some more stuff. In the summer we're definitely going to be very active since school will be off and we'll have more time. And we'll just continue with segments, community work, because when we were homeschooled, we actually had a lot more time to do Young and Informed work because we were homeschooled, we were at home, so why not? And we did a lot of segments at that time. We still do a lot of segments now. Like we did Consumption with Comic Book Cam. He was one of the amazing artists that we met in our journey. Blank Sheets of Music with Official Blank. We still do that regularly every Saturday. What else? Hashtag Ayendes with Joe Ayende. He's another artist that we met along the way. So we're going to continue doing things like that, adding on new segments.
Yeah, we also have I personally have my Dynamite Dino segment where I explain different, or with the viewers, I observe different dinosaur species and what they ate, if they're a carnivore or herbivore, and basically stuff like that.
Yeah, this guy loves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, got so much going on, and like, so how I know you was mentioning the Instagram, so and I know with the Instagram, you guys have a great link tree where it kind of links to the YouTubes and different interviews and things that you've done. But if an artist or someone wants to be interviewed by you guys, or vice versa, they want to get you on, is that the best way to reach out to you too?
Yeah, you can reach out to us on Instagram, give us a DM if we notice one of, because we like to interact with our viewers and get to know our fan base. So if you comment under one of our YouTube videos, we'll notice and reach out to you. And if we want to get you on the show, we'll definitely DM you and see if you could get on the show. If you want to get on our show, DM us, reach out to us. The most efficient way, we always respond on Instagram. Definitely quick with that. We're also on Linktree, but we have to navigate that more before we finally start, reaching out to people there. But yeah, our Instagram is at Young Informed Media LLC. As you can see right there, I didn't even notice.
No, but it's great for the radio listeners too. So yeah, definitely great for you to say it.
Yeah. So Instagram is at Young Informed Media LLC. Our YouTube, Young Informed Media Podcast. That's our YouTube. And actually, you can just search up on Google Young Informed Media LLC, and you'll see a bunch of places you can find us.
Exactly. Definitely easy to find for sure. What I want to say, this has been just a wonderful pleasure having, you, Noah and Matthew, bless the stage, bless this platform, with your greatness, great conversation. And I want everybody who's watching, and whether you rewatch, share it, tap in with Young and Informed. Please follow them because they're doing very amazing things. They deserve their shine. These kids are truly the future. And, we want to preserve the culture. We got to give it back to these kids, man. We got to.
Thank you very much for having us on. This was an amazing interview.
Oh, I'm honored. And are there any shout outs that you want to give before we go?
Yeah. Shout out to all of our family, my dad, my mom for, of course, raising us into, navigating us along the way.
Yep.
Our entire family. You can go ahead.
Dr. Shungo Blake and other family members. Shout out to all of the guests and other people who have supported us, especially the chat over there. Thank you for supporting us for this interview. City the Great, shout out to you.
We just interviewed him.
Yeah.
That was an amazing interview. And I also want to shout out all of everyone we've ever had positive interactions with, especially people who were there for us since the very beginning. We give a special shout out to you guys, way before in 2021 when we first got going. Yeah, and just shout out to everyone in general.
Yep.
Wow. Wonderful shout out. Definitely salute to everybody tapping in. If you missed the full live, watch the replay. Again, I implore you, please follow, Young Informed Media LLC. Great young gentlemen. You guys have my 100% support. Look, got me all fumbling now, but got my 100% support. Definitely will be supporting you. Share, everybody, tap in. This was so awesome on Activated tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. We hope everyone here has an amazing night.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. We're wishing everybody an amazing night. Thank you again for tapping in to episode 118 of Let's Get Activated podcast. Wishing everybody peace and love. Salute.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.